Loosen up and have some fun this weekend. If you normally cosplay and go to comic conventions, great. We're about to tell you about one that the whole family can go to this weekend. But if you've never been, this may be your time to try it, and our next guests are going to coach you through it. Emily Parker is a blogger, cosplayer, and mom of 4 kids, and Candy Keene, aka So Geek Mama, is an author, blogger, and cosplay enthusiast. Welcome to First Coast Living.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you. So Emily, you are Joker, and Candy, you're Maleficent, so you know who is who, right? And so we're talking about this weekend's Beaches Comic Fest. But first, for those who aren't familiar with cosplay, what exactly is it? Candy, let's start with you.
Well, it's evolved into a very broad term that applies pretty much to dressing up as usually as a specific character, as opposed to like a Halloween costume,
right?
Or and usually not on Halloween. And sometimes people get more into the character if they're cosplaying, and also you can see, like me and Emily, you can take the character and make it your own. I mean, obviously I'm not a copy of the movie, and she's a female Joker.
But looking at you, you know who you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know the character that you're portraying.
You can get creative with it.
Yeah, it's so fun. I love dressing up too. And you actually wrote a book, Candy, and featured in a documentary? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so my book is, I'm going to my first comic convention, and it's a children's book, and it's also illustrated by another local mom, Catherine Margaritas, and she did all the illustrations. And it's a story about a little boy going to Comic-Con for the first time. Because my son, reading to him, we had all these books about like going on an airplane ride for the first time or going to a museum for the first time. And I was like, well, a lot of kids and parents don't know what it's like to go to a Comic-Con for the first time. Because people always ask me what goes on there.
Well, that's going to be my next question.
Now I'm like, I wrote the book. You know?
That's so cool. And I'm sure the kids love dressing up and seeing their parents dress up. How cool is that? Emily, tell us a little bit about what we can expect at a convention or a fest like this.
I mean, it's usually something for everyone. There's costumes, there's games, there's a lot of things to look at, and in this case also a costume contest.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yes.
And then I think, did I hear face painting and maybe a DJ? So, and something with Legos maybe even?
Lego build, rock painting. There's going to be a Rubik's Cube contest, like a speed contest with Rubik's Cube.
I definitely would not win that.
I believe there'll be wand making for the Harry Potter fans.
Oh, wow. So lots
There's
to do for everybody.
Lots to do, yeah.
And so you mentioned the costume contest. Do you know what they're looking for, what the judges would be judging on?
Well, she is one of the judges.
Oh, perfect. That's what you're looking for.
Kind of creativity, like we were saying, you make the costume your own, and you know, have fun with it, and just kind of seeing what's unique and what they really bring to the table. And there's all kinds of good prizes. Carrie Elway's tickets. Anime books, things like that. And there's a category for adults, teen, and kids.
Oh, very
So everyone can participate.
And you get to see people dressed up, but you don't necessarily have to dress up, right?
Right.
No.
Okay.
Everyone's welcome. You don't have to dress up, but it makes it more fun if you do.
Yeah. Do you have any tips for someone who this may be their first time, and they maybe want to dress up?
Put it on first and make sure you're comfortable.
There you go, right? A lot of walking probably.
Yeah,
Not
shoes,
that this is very
make sure
comfortable.
the shoes are comfortable.
Yes,
That's a good
comfortable
point.
shoes.
I like that, and that you can maneuver around, because even when Candy came in, she's like, sitting might be kind of hard with these wings, so you got to keep that in mind. Look at that, we're watching you get ready. How cool is that? How long does it typically take you to get ready for a Comic-Con or fest?
I usually give myself 2 hours. Because something always usually goes wrong.
Oh no!
And then I do the video and condense it to 30 seconds.
Oh, there you go, perfect. And I noticed you also have on the contacts too. You really go all out. Both of you look fabulous. I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
Do folks have to register, and does it cost anything?
You only have to register if you want to do the costume contest.
Okay, good to know.
So get there early for that.
Okay.
And they're going to do pictures and then a costume parade at 1:45, and then judging at 2. And but the event is free, no registration. It's sponsored by the Friends of the Beaches Branch Library. So yeah, everybody, it's all ages, everyone's welcome.
And when and where exactly?
At the Beaches Library, Saturday, 11 to 3.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us today and getting us excited. Y'all look so fun. I guess you're just going to have to go be a villain out in the world today, I guess.
Yeah, watch out, people.
Well, thanks again. And if you'd like to see this interview again, just head to our website, firstcoastliving.net.